I was on the morning shift when the roof started to groan above us. Our lamp hissed in the damp air, which meant gas, so we held still. "Hold your ground," the foreman whispered, and we waited for the sound to stop. Then water tapped the timbers. One drip, then two, and we knew trouble was coming. We went down before sunrise, boots slipping on the wet slope where daylight ended. The shaft swallowed our voices, and the earth kept whatever we said to itself. Small boys crawled where grown men could not, because small bodies fit the seams. Picks rang in rhythm, carts rattled on iron rails, echoes told us we weren't alone. Coal pressed into our skin and stayed there, so we carried the mine home each night. Sometimes we sang to keep the silence from getting inside our heads. One lantern drew a small circle of light, and we worked inside that circle. The flood arrived fast and black. It punched through the props and stole our breath. A broken beam pinned one of us by the leg, and panic pressed in. We dug with our hands because there was no time for tools, trading skin for seconds. The lamp flickered thin, and every blink felt like the last light we had. We levered together, counted, pulled hard, and the wood finally gave. He coughed, the best sound in the world, and the mine let one of us go. Above ground, chimneys stitched smoke into the sky, and nobody asked them to stop. Engines woke the streets, gears met clean, wheels stole fire from steam and ran. Without coal, the factories went quiet. Without factories, this century stalled. Black rock heated stoves, moved iron ships, and fed an empire like a vein. Every step forward charged our bodies first, with dust in our lungs and time off our lives. Some workers were only 8, learning seams and signals instead of letters. We mapped the tunnels by memory, counting turns like prayers in the dark. Not all returned each shift. Some names stayed tucked behind fallen timbers. We swore to fight for air, for light, and for a wage to live. The cough grew heavier each month, a metronome counting down our years. Coal fueled the engines and quietly burned through our shortened lives. A child watched his father return, a quiet hero among us. Trains thundered over coal we raised, binding cities with iron time. People praised the machines, but few knew the hands beneath the ground. We learned survival tactics no school would teach, trading caution for speed. We carved names into beams because rot erases what memory cannot hold. When the lamps died together, voices travelled farther than any flame. Unions formed in whispers first, a network of courage passed by hand. We met after dusk behind half-closed doors, counting footsteps on the stairs. Oil light yielded to wire and switch. Someone gasped at sudden day. Electric light entered the pit, drawing clean edges on broken rock. Ventilation coughed alive and pushed the stale air slowly towards safety. Official maps traced the tunnels, lines of ink standing against darkness. Then another cave-in proved the mine would test every promise we made. We used the new map to find a pocket of air. and hope. 3 of us stumbled out alive. 1 remained where the timbers failed. We carried his cap to daylight. The mine kept the rest forever. We marched above ground with lamps held high, a river of steady light. Names once hidden underground were read aloud into a listening town. Light washed across helmets and lungs, a thin shield against old harm. A law was finally signed, not enough yet, but a start we had earned. We kept mining with maps, masks, and rules that named each risk. Photographs and models keep the stories steady when our voices grow thin. The museum lifts memory above ground, where everyone can breathe it. Modern hands pause and bow to older hands that taught them work. We write to friends who never left the earth. You are remembered. The mines are quiet now, but the names continue walking our streets. Coal may run out, yet it breathed the first breath into industry's lungs. History doesn't live only in books, it lives in our dirt-stained hands. Down there, the dark still waits patiently for anyone who forgets. Up here, the light keeps watch, a quiet guard over busy towns. We learn to carry both truths at once and keep walking. For every machine that moves above, a miner once measured its cost. Remember the exchange and pay something forward when your shift ends. The roof no longer groans tonight, but the lamp still burns steady. Take a breath as deep as you can and listen for echoes. Cut to daybreak on the surface, fog lifts from a quiet yard. Fade to a pale, open sky, like a lung learning to breathe again.